May 30th, 2025, 2:47 a.m., Moscow time. Engels Air Base, a vital strategic airbase in the heart of Russia. The radar operator here first noticed something strange. A faint glint, then another, then 117 more, one after another. He couldn't understand what it was. Then the alarm sounded, but it was too late. Within 90 seconds, a barrage of explosions ripped through the base. A Tu-160 bomber, worth more than $300 million, was reduced to flaming wreckage. It was the end of Russia's most powerful nuclear-capable aircraft, but it was only the beginning. That same night, 2,000 miles away, the Ukrainian military launched the largest coordinated drone strike in military history. 117 drones, 5 air bases, a single target, destroying Russia's strategic bomber fleet. This was Operation Spiderweb, a night when the course of the war changed. The face of Russian strategic aviation was bombers like the Tu-95, Tu-160, and Tu-22M. These aircraft not only launched cruise missiles from within Russia, but also devastated Ukrainian cities. Russia had made these aircraft a symbol of its nuclear-capable power, considered invisible to Ukrainian defenses. Russia believed these bombers posed no threat. Ukraine's air defense system could not intercept them, but this belief proved misplaced. The Ukrainian intelligence agency, GUR, worked on a new technology, long-range FPV drones. These drones could autonomously identify targets and fly over 600 miles. By 2025, Ukraine had prepared hundreds of drones. The question was not whether an attack would occur, but when, where, and how large-scale it would be. Operation Spiderweb's web had been laid several weeks in advance. Ukrainian intelligence officers analyzed NATO satellite images. They identified the weaknesses of Russian air bases, weak patrol patterns, poor radar coverage, and the maintenance of bombers parked in the open. Taking these weaknesses into account, they planned to target 5 key airfields: Engels, Diaghilevo, Shaikovka, Olenya, and Soltsy II. The plan was grand. 117 drones would be launched simultaneously. Their goal was to overwhelm Russia's air defenses and destroy its bomber fleet. If successful, it would be a historic moment, but if unsuccessful, it would expose Ukraine's technological capabilities. On the night of May the 29th, 2025, the first step of the plan was carried out. At 11 p.m. on May 29th, drones began to activate from 6 launch sites in Ukraine. These were not ordinary quadcopters. They were long-range fixed-wing UAVs with advanced guidance systems and modular warheads. These drones were designed to fly completely autonomously, without radio. At 11:47 p.m., the first wave was launched. 23 drones began heading towards Engels. These drones were flying low, not at normal altitude, up to 50 meters to avoid radar. Russia's air defense systems, designed to detect high-altitude targets, failed to track these small, slow targets. The drone attack was not planned. They came from different directions, constantly presenting new threats, further weakening Russia's defenses. 2:47 a.m., Engels Air Base. The first drone struck a fuel depot. There was an explosion, but the aim was precise ignition. Within seconds, flames began to spread. This fire was only the beginning. As the fire began to spread through the base, a second wave of drones attacked. 17 drones attacked simultaneously, some targeting the fuselages of aircraft, others striking maintenance hangars and ammunition depots. One Tu-160 aircraft was reduced to a flaming wreck. This aircraft was Russia's most advanced nuclear-capable aircraft, which Putin personally witnessed. Russian defenses withstood the attack, but only afterward did reality begin to set in. The aircraft, burning for 4 hours, had dealt a blow to Russia's strategic bomber fleet. At 2:55 a.m., Diaghilevo Air Base was also attacked. 19 drones stationed within the base attacked one after another, devastating Russian aviation. Two Tu-22M Bear bombers were completely destroyed, while a third was so badly damaged that it could never fly again. The situation at Shaykovka Air Base was no better. 21 drones destroyed the base. After a Tu-22M Backfire aircraft exploded on a taxiway, air defenses were completely destroyed. Ground support vehicles, fuel trucks, and radar installations were also destroyed. 14 drones also reached Olenia Air Base, located in the Arctic Circle and used for long-range missions. They attacked the base's maintenance facilities and damaged aircraft shelters. The attack lasted a total of 43 minutes, and by the time the fire was brought under control, Russia's strategic bomber fleet had suffered its largest peacetime loss. By dawn, Russian military officials were busy assessing the damage. When initial reports came in, they were horrific. 4 Tu-160 Blackjacks were destroyed or seriously damaged. 6 Tu-95M Bear aircraft were destroyed. 3 Tu-22M Backfires were completely destroyed. 12 ground crew were killed and over 50 were injured. Radar installations, fuel depots, and ammunition bunkers were also destroyed. But the psychological impact was far more serious than the losses. Russia's strategic bomber fleet was not just a symbol of combat power, it was also part of Russia's prestige. These aircraft were the face of Russia's superpower, their images frequently appearing in propaganda. Russia initially cited technical malfunctions and accidental fires, but within hours, this narrative collapsed as satellite images revealed scenes of multiple simultaneous attacks. It was proven that these aircraft, which Russia had built to demonstrate its military power, were now completely vulnerable to Ukrainian drone attacks. The Russian government had no clear response. There was no specific media statement, and the Kremlin remained silent. This time, the Russian military had realized that its power was no longer secure even beyond Ukrainian borders. Ukrainian President Zelensky did not take responsibility, but his message to the world was clear: Russia is not safe anywhere. From Moscow to the Arctic Circle, Russian nuclear bomber bases were now within reach of Ukrainian drones. Russia had to accept with horror the reality that the war had now completely changed. Operation Spiderweb completely changed the strategic course of the war. Before May 30th, Russia had been able to operate its bomber fleet with impunity and felt safe launching cruise missiles against Ukrainian cities. But Operation Spiderweb turned everything upside down. Now Russia had to relocate its bombers even further away, to eastern Siberia. This increased their flight time, slowed operations, and placed a significant strain on logistics. This had a profound psychological impact on Russian military personnel. Pilots and ground crews felt they were no longer safe. What had previously been a secure position had now collapsed. This marked a significant shift in Russia's military mindset. Operation Spiderweb's biggest message was that small nations could challenge superpowers through advanced technology. Ukraine not only fought within its borders, but also destroyed Russia's strategic aviation on its own soil. To see more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're coming soon with a new video.